Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to World of Warships. As today, we're going to be going over update 14.2, which focuses on the experimental ships, and I'm even going to go over the experimental ships article, just to give you guys and gals more context and information on it. Apologies for no videos the last 2 days. I've been really busy with in-real-life stuff. Good stuff, just really busy. And yeah, we can get into that probably later in a different video. But anyhow, today, experimental ships update 14.2. So as always, you can claim a day of premium. So now this update is live on NA and coming tomorrow on Asia. So let's talk about experimental ships. So this starts effective immediately and ends August 6th. So this is going to be around for a really long time unless Wargaming for some reason shortens it. I have my thoughts about experimental ships, and I think this is a new... I honestly think that it's almost like a new tech tree. A new design of ships in the game that I think Wargaming wants to go down and invest in, because I think they're running out of ideas for normal tech tree ship lines, which is why we're getting funny consumables. We're getting ships with funny buttons, right? World of Gimmicks or World of Magic Pixie Dust. And now we have experimental ships pushing the game in a different way that's moving more away from historical accuracy, if you want to make that argument. I mean, it is a video game, but that's where we're at. So I think this is just, with the timeline of this, I think Wargaming is looking to try to make this more of a permanent aspect of the game is what I would guess just from a glance. So there's 3 new ships with unusual mechanics that are sailing out in the virtual seas. The Mets, Vyazma, and Oregon are designed for seasoned and bold captains, and once unlocked, they will be usable in all battle types. Let's go ahead and read more. This feature will be present in the game until the release of update 14.7. So this ship is basically the Toulon redressed. This one is Borodino redressed, and then the last one is Georgia redressed as Oregon. Just basically they each got a bump in the tier, if you will. I'm pretty sure Toulon's a tier 7. So these ships have some different features. They start the battle with a significant portion of their hit points deducted, but they can be restored. I think it's about half hit points, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was even showing here in this background footage. There's been a lot of players I've seen in the game that have been very confused about seeing ships starting off the battle with half health, and that is these experimental ships. Main battery accuracy and rate of fire gradually increase as the ship loses hit points down to the minimum HP threshold. Restoring HP reduces these modifiers. So think of it as an adrenaline rush on steroids. So basically Wargaming did something crazy with adrenaline rush, if you will, and came up with this different scientific concoction, if you will. These ships come stocked with a limited number of AP shells with improved characteristics. These shells can be used via burst fire, also available on these ships. So I would say, I'm sorry, I'm beginning a little, I hope this doesn't come across critical. It's just playing the game for 5 years, you kind of begin to sense what Wargaming's doing. And it makes me wonder when they start introducing a ship line or experimental ships in the game, a game concept with limited number of shells, are we going to be getting into gold? Like our World of Tanks, we have the gold premium ammunition that you have to pay for, right? You see on this clip here, like 72, right? So I wonder, right? So they kind of soften you up, so when they do implement something like that in the game, game changes like that, it's not as drastic. Wargaming is very tried and true on this tactic. I can give you a lot of stories, examples. They have no module upgrades, and their economic earnings are like those of the same tier tech tree ships, so not a premium apparently. Additionally, retaining commanders isn't necessary when assigning them to experimental ships. So you can basically move whatever commanders you have around, and it won't cost you, apparently. You can complete a special mission chain at the helms of experimental ships, and it will reward you with coal. So they're trying to give you an incentive that they want the player base to play this ship line. I mean, actually, that's kind of funny we open this up. Can I open into a new tab? Or I'm just like blind. So let's let this reset. So here you come into the tech tree line, right? And then you can, we're going to look at it and edit the other article here. Besiege play 10 ships. Or gain access now, right? And what did you see there? You saw 50,000 free XP. So it's another resource drain at the game. New ways for wargaming to drain your resources, like auctions weren't enough, and many other characteristics of the game. So you're probably going to see the more people in the game throw a lot of money at the game, even just to convert XP off ships into free XP as an example, just to push through this. But we're going to look more at that in the other experimental ships article. So you can unlock experimental ships by researching their components in exchange for a combination of credits together with action reports, the latter of which are attainable via special combat missions. So, release update 14.7, experimental ships will be removed from your accounts. If you successfully unlock the entire group of these ships, you'll receive commemorative awards. So it doesn't look like you'll actually earn anything back. From the look at this, there's more information will be available in a separate article. So let's just go ahead and hop over to that. Let's see, hopefully it gives, yeah, it looks like we got some pretty detailed information here. So I figured if we're covering it, that's really what this update's about. Let's get into it, and then I'll be brief on the other items in the this update. So, okay, the experimental ships offer distinctive mechanics and playstyles. The first trio arrives in this update consists of the Mets, Yazame, Vizame, and Oregon. So here you get to see example of them in battle here. So basically they took existing ships and just redesigned them into something else. Like, that's really all there is to it, if you will. So you can unlock these ships in a dedicated section of tech tree located under the list of nations. They can participate in all battle types. And with the release of update 14.7, these ships will be removed from all accounts, and captains who successfully unlocked all 3 ships will receive commemorative awards, just as I read in the update article. There's a video there if you want to watch it. We're not going to do that here. So, the unique features of these 3 ships is the fighter flight. Your ship becomes increasingly stronger as it loses hit points. For Mets, Yazame, I don't know. Oregon, the main battery reloads faster, and its accuracy improves as their hit points decrease up to a minimum effective threshold. Limited stock shells. These ships are equipped with a limited stockpile of armor-piercing shells with improved ballistics and penetration, reduced possibility of ricochet, and shortened shell fuse time. We'll talk about that magic pixie dust right there. You can use these shells via the burst fire mode, which incurs a significant firing range penalty. You can use both high explosive and armor-piercing shells in burst fire mode. It'll still be available with standard shells after running out of the limited stock shells. The stock of limited shells will be automatically replenished after each battle without the need or ability to purchase them. No module upgrades. There are no modules upgrade for the experimental ships, so nothing like beyond this, right? So, no need for commander retraining. Commander retraining isn't necessary when assigning commanders to the experimental ships, so that's actually nice. If you want to experiment playing different commanders with different talents, or different season skills, if you will, or enhanced skills, excuse me. Same earnings. Experimental ship earnings are equal to same tier tech tree ships. Special mission chain. A special mission chain that can be completed only with the experimental ships and offers a fair amount of coal as a reward. In update 14.2, you can earn up to 7,000 coal from this chain. The mission chain will be renewed with the release of each update. Experimental ships stay in the game, and each time the amount of coal you can get will increase. So, mission will be renewed with the release of each update if experimental ships stay in the game. So I already sniffed it out when we read the other update, right? So what I think is going to happen, I don't know if they give the example here. At the start of this, right, there's that little clip of experimental ships in the tech tree coming down over here. What I'm thinking that they might do is that they would offer basically a second tech tree beyond the main tech tree where you unlock and get these experimental ships into the game. So because Wargaming has a bad habit of not always telling us what they're thinking in the future, I mean, at least this time they're putting it out there. They're putting it out there on the table, so hats off to Wargaming for that. Keep in mind, if you're going to give feedback on this, think of these experimental ships as being a permanent aspect of the game. Don't think of them as a temporary ships in the game, but think of them as permanent, long-lasting. Wargaming is running out of ideas, in my opinion, and they're trying to think of different new ways of adding new features into the game. I think Pinata Battles was an example of that, with the different buffs you could get in the midst of a game to equip your ships to be more stronger in various ways, and they were trying to put that stuff in clan battles, and that completely crapped out. This could be a hit in the game, I don't know. It probably a bit disappointing maybe to more of the historical folks, maybe like myself, who really would just prefer, if you do something like this, maybe have your own battle mode revolving around these type of ships. But you'll get some rewards from playing it, but just be mindful if you're going to give feedback, think of it as being something permanently added to the game, not just a temporary thing, okay? So here you can see the experimental ship features. It gives you an overview of the fight or flight, and then the special ammunition there as well. So you can see, for example, here on the Oregon, your main battery reload time is reduced by -15%, maximum main battery shell dispersion, -23%, minimum HP threshold, 18,525, HP when the battle starts, 29,640. So, when this is active, your ship's characteristics gradually improve as she loses hit points down to the minimum HP threshold, which is that 18,525. So you won't get any additional bonus, if I read this correctly, once you go beneath that threshold. As you restore HP, these modifiers will become less effective. Your ship begins each battle with a reduced amount of hit points. So I think it's like half. I don't get to see the hit points here on Oregon, but I think there's a different clip. Maybe we can get a glance, because Georgia at tier 9 doesn't have a ton of hit points. I think it was around 79,000, but I could be wrong. Here you can see with the armament, they have this special armor-piercing shells. You can see the reload time is plus 11%. So you can use that specific armor-piercing shells and then activate the burst fire mode, right? You can see the velocity of the shells actually travel faster, 832 meters a second. The maximum range is only 13.5, so you need to be in a closer proximity range. And then your maximum main battery shell dispersion, so your horizontal and vertical dispersion is reduced. So this is minus 103, so you see 190 versus, 293, I'm guessing off the top of my head. But you could get that even down less, right, if you took Aiming Systems Mod 1 on the third slot. Oh wait, or do the American battleships don't get access to that? I don't remember off the top of my head right now. The negative 7% dispersion buff is what I'm thinking about. So yeah, so that's basically what you get with the 1.7 second on the burst fire, with a number of bursts in the series 2. So basically what you would have here on Oregon is you would have 12, because she only has 6 457s, right? Let's see if they had the clip here. No, they blurred out the hit points there, but I think I thought they showed it here. Let's look. Was it this part, or was it a different part? Ah, we just missed it. So you see 44,000 there on Mets. I don't know if that's with Survivability Expert or not. Oregon, I was really curious about. 74, yeah, 74. So I said too much, but maybe with Charlie Kilo, it's a little different. Unlocking experimental ships. Because experimental ships are primarily designed for experienced players, you need to complete a special mission to gain access to the research. The completion conditions are as follows. Fight 10 battles playing tier 9 through tier 10 ships and super ships in any battle types except for clan and training battles. Alternatively, you can spend 50,000 free XP to unlock access to the research immediately. So I'm wondering if you don't even have a tier 9 ship. If you don't even have a tier 9 or tier 10 or super ship, but you had the free XP, can you just get access to it immediately? Because they're saying experienced players. Honestly, I think if you're an experienced player, you've been playing a game for longer, I think you can honestly just crap on the players who are more newer to the game. So this favors maybe the more intermediate, more veteran players in the game versus the newer players in the game. So I'm interested to see, because you're kind of gambling when you're talking about playing with less hit points if you don't use your heals up to get more back to a full hit point status, right? So I'm interested to see how this has any effect in randoms battle, as an example, PvP. To unlock experimental ships, you need to research your components in exchange for credits together with temporary currency called action reports. The latter are earned through special combat missions. The number of components required to unlock varies from ship to ship. The ships must be unlocked sequentially from tier 8 to tier 9 to tier 10. So you're going to have to go through the Mets, the Viazame, however you want to say that. I'm really tired right now, in Oregon. Alternatively, you can immediately unlock experimental ships for doubloons. Why am I not surprised at all? If you choose to do this and you already have some components researched, you receive credits and action reports as compensation. After unlocking these ships, you need to play one battle with each to get an additional 5,000 coal, thus you'll be able to earn up to 15,000 coal in total. Let's monetize our game even more. So that's what my thing is like, you also get a lot of experienced players behind the wheel with this, right? At the helm. So, once experimental ships are removed from the game, any installed upgrades, permanent camouflage, and destruction effects will be demounted and placed in your inventory, and the commanders will be moved to the reserve, so you won't lose them. Additionally, experience earned by these ships will be transferred to the tier 1 tech tree ships of corresponding nations. Important to note, so I don't know what Wargaming will do on this part when assigned commanders are moved to the reserve. Make sure you have enough commander slots. So it would suck if you had that commander automatically dismissed because you don't have an additional commander slot. It could be Wargaming just gives you an additional commander slot off of each of the 3 ships as an example, but with Wargaming, you never know. So just make sure by update 14.7, I believe is what it was, is that you have an additional slot. Let's see, where were we? Here, daily missions for action reports. You can earn action reports by completing 3 concurrent daily missions. This is going to be available between now and June 11th. I'm guessing June 12th for EU. The following missions will be available until the release update 14.5. After that, they will be replaced with a new set of missions. So the title, you see daily mission, daily mission, daily mission. Condition, earn 5,000 XP in random co-op and or ranked battles, operations, or brawls playing tier 8 through tier 10 ships. Daily mission, earn 10,000 XP in random co-op and or ranked operations and or brawls playing the tier 8 through tier 10 ships. Earn 20,000 XP in random co-op and or ranked battles, operations, and or brawls playing tier 8 through tier 10 ships. And then you get 20 action reports. So, kind of wondering. It really seems like Wargaming is also aiming to have more players active in their game to help with the player count. Like NA is going downhill as an example. Maybe all the servers are. So sometimes the game honestly makes you feel like you're a hamster on a wheel. If you want to get rewards and progress in the game, as it were. Price of components, research, number of components required to unlock the ship, so Mets, and then going up, you see 5, 7, and 7. Price of researching 1 component. 1.5 million credits plus 10 action reports. That's one component. 2 million credits plus 50 action reports. 3 million credits plus 125 action reports. Price of unlocking the ship for doubloons. So 3,500, 6,000, 10,000. So if you whaled it, then basically what you're talking 19,500 doubloons. So a price for like a more high tier premium ship. So let's see. So just by playing the game, basically you'll get the action reports, but 125 is a lot. So that'd be like 6 games. It says XP, it doesn't say base XP. Sorry, I'm just thinking this through. So, or sorry, alternatively, we're talking about 120,000 XP, or actually, like, yeah. Huh. It'd be interesting to see how that works, like, actually playing the game. We're also planning to add another group. Okay, here it is. I was wondering about that. We're also planning to add another group of experimental ships in a future update. You can learn more about the second group on our development page. Wow, this should be called the experimental ship video. So we're going to have a Russian destroyer. A European destroyer. Wait. Is these actually the experimental ships? American cruiser Protector based on Congress. Japanese battleship Hotaka based on Adatara. I think it's these 3. Italian cruiser Varese based on Michelangelo. Okay, so I think it's these 3 ships here. Huh. There you go. Well, let's crack on with the update. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the rest. Flagships, Operation Flagships returns as of today, tomorrow on EU, and will be around to August 6th. So if you really enjoyed that, I enjoyed it. It's coming back. So some ships with some massive hit points. Early access to Soviet submarines, blah. So this should mean that the Dutch light cruiser line is now out of early access. So grind your heart to your heart's content. I can already pick up the tier 9, but I never spend doubloons money on early access. So more submarines coming to the game. Sucks. They'll come out of early access May 14th. Soviet Navy event pass. If you want to straighten up your Red Fleet, the time has come. A new thematic event pass filled with Soviet-style rewards awaits you in Update 14.2. Sorry if I'm skipping over these 2 and you guys want to know more information. I'm not Flagships is great. Submarines I don't care about. But let's read a little bit on the Soviet Navy event pass. So your first progression line offers such rewards as 5 ex-Soviet air containers and Commander Alexei Statsinsko. The Soviet permanent camouflage for Tallinn is the final reward of the line. If you want to make Motherland proud, you can unlock the second progression line for 2,500 doubloons. Doing this will immediately bring you the Soviet permanent camouflage Riga. Rewards for progressing down the line include 10 ex-Soviet air containers, the Victory permanent camouflage, and the Soviet permanent camouflage for Petropavlovsk. And the cruiser Molotov is the final reward, which I actually just picked up through a super container. That sucks. I got it too soon. I would have liked to pick up a different ship with the super container. Completing extra stages for the event pass will bring you 2x more signal containers and 1x more bonus container for the first and second progression lines corresponding. Now, maybe some of you are wondering, what if I already have the permanent camouflage for said ship? If you have it for Town, Riga, or Petropavlovsk, you're going to get 3 million, 3.75 million, and 4.5 million credits as compensation, respectively. If you already have Molotov in your fleet, you receive 3,412,500 credits. For a tech tree ship? You know, I remember the day. There was a time Wargaming actually would if you already had that ship where you had that permanent, I think even the permanent camouflage, it actually gave you doubloons. But your game is experiencing inflation, Flimsy. Pirate-themed bounty hunt starts the 12th of March, ends the 26th of March. This is a very short time. Ready to hoist the black flag, our fresh bounty hunt event will give you the chance to feel like a real pirate. So the new bounty hunt will be unleashed in random battles. You can be a hunter playing tier 5 through tier 10 ships and super ships, but the bounty status can only be applied to battleships, cruisers, and destroyers, so not aircraft carriers, not submarines. Tier 5 or 6 through 10 ships and super ships. Either way, you can earn bounty tokens to exchange for rewards like themed commanders and permanent camouflages. Keep in mind, playing as a bounty increases not only the risk, but the potential income as well. Around the world, and then a permanent camouflage for Gaeta. Also, we prepared themed random bundles in which you can find, among other rewards, our Shining Newcomer, yeah, I'm gonna say it wrong, Monmouth. I'm tired and I don't care. Also, until the release of update 14.3, you can obtain directly bundles that hold her in the armory for doubloons, or get her in the premium shop for real money. Dutch cruisers leave early access. I'm looking forward to this. I've got my XP done on the Jaarsveld. These stealthy predators are designed to deliver damage through a combination of Ming battery salvos and signature Dutch air strikes when relying on careful positioning and good concealment to avoid enemy fire. So, this is what you've got. I think I saw some good things about Utrecht, but I just got the new Dutch unique commander and I'm grinding XP, or commander XP on him now. Remembrance of Ming's Past Adventure, Chapter 2. The story of journeys of the legendary Chinese admiral and explorer Zheng He continues. So this is basically you have to go into the armory and you have to activate or obtain the combat missions. So make sure you're going into the armory and you're checking your combat missions for this adventure. So you can keep getting tokens, which you can exchange for tokens to get other things in the game. I think it's something like that. So otherwise, I focused on the, was it First Voyage containers? Or Finest Hour containers, I think is what it was. To get the Dutch unique commander. Otherwise, you're supposed to be able to get the new Pan-Asian battleship for free. Something like that. There's also an account system update. I was thinking about making a different video on this, but you can now link your Wargaming account to Steam, allowing you to use this platform to log into the game. I don't think I'm going to go over it today. The video's getting close to 30 minutes, and I'm trying to be respectful here. Clan Battles is back as of March 11th to May 11th. Clan Battles season codenamed Sea Lion. Format 7 vs 7 tier 10 ships. Gaming sessions are available on Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. General ship restrictions. Only battleships, destroyers, and cruisers can participate. No more than one battleship per team. Nice to see no CVs or CVs or aircraft carriers here. Here you can see the current restrictions on particular ships. Typically, they will make an update with some adjustments after the start of the clan battle season. So come here and see what's happening. I'm actually surprised Libertad is not here. Ranked Battles is back. Season 22. Bronze League is 6v6 with tier 6 to tier 7 ships. No more than one aircraft carrier, one submarine, 3 battleships, 2 destroyers, and 5 cruisers. Silver League 6v6 tier 8 to tier 9. Gold League 6v6 tier 10 and super ships. Same applies in terms of the restrictions on all leagues. In Season 22, the rule for keeping a star in the event of a loss is the same for all leagues. Only the top XP earner on the losing team keeps a star. Brawls starts later this week. The first Brawl, March 10th through March 17th. Your first Brawl is going to have 5v5, tier 10 battleships, cruisers, destroyers, and submarines. No more than 3 battleships, 4 cruisers, 1 destroyer, and 1 submarine. Maximum division size 5. Brawl 2, 3v3, tier 9 ships. No more than 2 cruisers and 1 destroyer. Maximum division size 3. Brawl 3, 6v6 tier 8 battleships, cruisers, destroyers, and submarines. No more than 4 battleships, 4 cruisers, 1 destroyer, and 2 submarines. Maximum division size 3. Armory, starting with release update 14.2, Japanese battleship key will become available to purchase for 135,000 coal. Oh, that's nice. I don't remember if I have key or not, but I will definitely pick the ship up for coal because I have a lot of coal and I've just been sitting on it waiting to see if they are going to drop it. So if you guys want me to do a video on key and upgrade commander build video, let me know in the comments. Game balance changes. We're making balance changes to low tier ships to facilitate smoother progression from tier 1 to tier 6. You'll find these details of these changes on our development blog. Yeah, it's not surprising. I think they probably need to draw some attention there, so I view that as a good thing. Content addition and changes. Special ship X tier 10 and special ships 10 elite containers have been added to the game. You can check their contents in our development blog publication. Enemy destruction effect, Revel of Colors, Midnight Hollow, and like and subscribe permanent camouflages will become available. Nah, not too bad, but that one doesn't feel like that took a lot of effort. This one a little different. What's in these containers? As usual, we have some extra new content and changes coming with this update. If you had your eye on any tier 10 special ships, we're now adding two new tier 10 special ship containers, special ship X container and special ship X elite container. Special ship X container, 10 container, one of the following ships: Salem, Trump, Fort Sherman, Maximum, and Yoshino, U4501, Alvaro de Luzon, Brisbane, Hayote, Napoli, Malta, Marceau, Havarovsk, Moskva, Grosso Kurfürst, 5.88% for each. If you already have all the ships in the container, you will instead receive 52, almost 52 million credits. Jeez. It's like basically buy a super ship. Huh. Okay, I'm kind of interested about their cost. Special Ship X Elite Container. One of the following ships, Salem. Okay, it's all the same ships. If you already have all the ships from the container, you instead receive 34,650 doubloons. Hello? What do you have to do to get them? Did it say here and I just spazzed it? They've been added to the game. Oh boy. Let's see if I can pull it up in Armory real quick for us. If it's here. I have no clue. There's key. Apparently I don't have key, so I'll be picking that up. I don't see it. They've been added to the game. Is it here? I don't know. Sorry, I was just trying to see if they had their own little slot for it or something. It's just says they've been added to the game. Huh. I don't know. Some Headless Horseman with an individual crossover. Achievements for Clan Battle Season 29. All players who previously owned Rodney will receive a historical permanent camouflage for ship. During Update 14.2, starting with Update 14.2, all players who obtain Rodney will have this historical permanent camouflage by default on this ship. So, if you already have Rodney, make sure you go in and mount it to your ship. There's some test ships. Basically, the other experimental ships are now going to be in the game. So if you see them, now you know what's up. Other changes to fix the difficulty of operations in case there are super ships participating in battle. Both the hit point pools of enemy ships and damage they deal are now reduced. Oh, so super ships will kind of screw that up. Oh, that's annoying. They're going to nerf the difficulty. I don't want operations to be less difficult. I think it's awesome. And there are a lot of people who started playing the high tier operations who are complaining in Wargaming that that operations is difficult, and it's really not. It's really not difficult. I liked the challenge of PvE World. That's just my opinion. You guys may differ. Fix an issue that led to long waiting time for operations to start if there is a division of players with ships of the same tiers in a queue. Now the search for a battle and the operations will be faster. I literally waited 10 minutes the other day in a division. So that was an actual issue. Jeez. How did they do that? Fixed a bug that prevented Operation Aegis from ending if all player ships were destroyed. Because Aegis, you can actually, everyone can die, and you can still win the operation as long as the transport ships, one of them at least, crosses into the rendezvous point. Fixed a rare bug that sometimes prevented the completion of Operation Cherry Blossom. Fixed a rare issue that led to all ships spawning in one area in Operation Ultimate Frontier. Oh, so that was an actual bug. Yeah, I thought that was weird when that would happen. Fixed a bug that led to an early withdrawal of pink status. Fixed a rare bug that sometimes led to the incorrect application of double the reward for a missed daily mission in an event pass. Updated texture of coat of arms on Jorisveld. Yeah, that one in Utrecht. Okay, so basically interesting. Interesting stuff, this update. Experimental ships, of course, are going to be getting a lot of attention, so I'll try to keep my eye on those as best as I can. Maybe I can have some battles videos to feature them. If you want me to feature these ships, tell me. Put a fire under me, so to speak, to engage this if you guys want to see content on this, because sometimes I can be kind of passive. But if you want to see more of these ships in action, do let me know. So I know what y'all want. So, that being said, I hope you liked today's update video, as we basically spent a lot of time on experimental ships. So, if you liked today's video, give a thumbs up. If you didn't, give a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And until next time, take care.